Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be scrapbooking with the stencil prints that I pulled a hot minute ago now on a Sunday night mixed media background. This is the original paper and these are the two prints. I am going to be scrapbooking this photo of Christopher and I before we went to the holiday party. So I am going to grab some supplies for this. As you can see, I pulled the colors directly from there. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I am starting off by kind of just figuring out what the heck I want to do. I did grab these 49 and Market tickets, and that is going to give me a nice base across the page. So I kind of have a place to start working off of. Sometimes when you have a repeated pattern paper, even if it's a repeated pattern paper that you made, like I did with these stencil printed papers, it can be a little daunting, or just kind of a little like, oh crap, where do I put this? So even if you're not like overwhelmed by it, sometimes there's just a little twinge of, oh crap. So I like to give myself a starting point. I'm going to slap some paper down. In this case, they're tickets, but it's still paper. Now, my original thought was to have this spread across 2 pages where I was going to have this holiday party thing. I've got stickers, I've got other things. And then I saw that the back of the agenda also had decoration on it. Now, unfortunately, we both got one of these, but for some reason, only one of them came home with us. So for that reason, what I've done is gone ahead and decided to use the like the little handout kind of as the intermediary between the 2 pages. I'm gonna stick it in this page protector and it's gonna live there. So yes, we're gonna get it out of the way right now because some people might think it's a little bit weird. And that's okay if you think it's a little bit weird. I kind of think it's a little bit weird too. I am doing a 2-page layout for 1 photograph. Yes, I am. 2-page layout, 1 photograph. I'm okay with that. And here's how I'm going to justify it. Not that I need to justify it, but if you're like, Sandy, I need some sort of thought process on this, this is how I'm going to get you there, okay? So if I would have spread everything out like I wanted to across 2 pages, I still would have used these 2 pages. Fair? Fair. However, I'm not. I'm putting an insert in. So I'm really still just using the 2 pages. I'm just using them in a different way. So there we go. There's your justification if you absolutely needed it in your life. So what I am doing now is messing with my ATG. So this bad boy is not a friend to me today. It is running out of tape. So it's given me a little bit of a fit. And sometimes my ATG does that, you guys. Does your guys's do that when it starts getting low? You know it's coming to the end. It doesn't roll as smooth. So that's what mine is doing to me now. And you guys know I have multiple ATGs because I don't like refilling them. And I am in the process of cleaning and organizing and going through every single thing in my room. And I can't find my other pink ATG. No idea where it even went. I think I have an idea where it went. Is it down here? No, that's where it should be, but it is not there. Okay, I don't know where it is. I guess we'll find it. It'll be a treasure hunt, I guess. Anyway, this textured paper that I'm using right here is from Nuvo, Tonic Nuvo, whichever. I don't know how they brand it, and I'm not getting up and walking across to go get it. I bought a bunch a while ago, used it very sparingly because I thought it was just so pretty and so precious. Even I, as much as I, support using your stuff and buy more, there are still things that kind of twinge at you a little bit. And you think, oh, that's the precious paper because I've put it over there. Well, it's not the precious paper because I put it over there. It is the paper that I put over there to remind me that I had all of these beautiful textured papers that I need to use. So it's not the precious paper anymore. I am just going to grab some bits and bobs and things from these 3 little die cut embellishment kind of boxes that I have. So my travel stuff is kind of divided into 3 different embellishment boxes. I can't remember what I divided them into right now, but they make sense for me and my brain and how it works. So there is that. So you don't have to worry about that if you're like, girl, what are you doing? You have no clue what you're doing. I promise I do. I promise it makes sense in my own head. Okay? But anyway, I am going to be using tickets and die cuts and all the things to kind of create a place where I can have decorations. I have this great idea for that suitcase. I'm going to have my tickets pop out of them. And those tickets that are laying on top of those suitcases, they're actually the drink tickets. And I don't know where the stuff went. So we were given 3 drink tickets, right, each. And we only had 1 drink. I drank both of the glasses of wine. Christopher did not drink at all. But he used one of his tickets and I used one of my tickets. We got 2 glasses of wine. So I still had 4 tickets left and I had 2 of the little handout things. And I feel like I had more stickers than what I ended up with as well. So I don't know if they got lost in the abyss of the room or they were dropped during the night sometime. I'm not exactly sure what happened to them. I just don't know. And that's okay. I mean, I've got enough, right? Like my page is definitely feeling the airplane vibes. It's definitely feeling the colors that are in the memorabilia and things. So I don't really think I'm missing out on anything by not having the extra ones. It's just a matter of where the crap did it get to. Right? Like that's how I'm feeling right now. So I do cut down this 4x6 pocket card and I am going to use it as a place to get my journaling down because, you know, your girl does journal sometimes. Not every time, but sometimes. So I figured that needed to happen. And I am going to use my adhesive and kind of nestle all these things together and cluster them up and really just kind of figure out where I want them to live on this page and where I think they look good together. I'm not really worried about the fact that I am embellishing the crap out of one side of the page because you know what? I'm going to go over on the other side and play with that area too. I did ultimately decide to go with the larger globe instead of that smaller one that you kind of saw when I was, you know, testing out the things to see which one I wanted to use. And I did decide to go with the larger globe for 2 reasons. One, it was darker and I felt like I was covering up a lot of the darkness with the tickets. So I wanted to bring that kind of to the forefront. And then I also felt like I just needed a larger piece right there. Like I didn't want that tiny little globe to get lost in the decoration, right? Like I just did not want that to happen. I do go grab the Maggie Holmes Round Trip 6x8 paper pad. This is a travel collections that Maggie Holmes put out. And yes, it is very Maggie Holmesy. However, I really do feel like it works, especially with the colors that I have going on here on this layout. Now, Maggie Holmes is not normally my jam. She's just not, right? Like, she has too many flipping swans in her collection. Not everybody wants a swan on every single layout. There is continuity in her collection, so a lot of the roses and stuff repeat, which is awesome if you like to mix and match your Maggie. But like I said, it's not always my cup of tea. However, I do dig this collection. I also love the color pink, and I scrapbook with a lot of pink. I also love blues and greens and oranges and scrapbook with them too. Probably not as much as I used to. I feel like I scrapbook that a lot more when the kids were younger. I was more drawn to those colors to use them in scrapbooking. I am very drawn to blues, purples, and pinks. I just really am. So I'm going to tuck these tickets into the suitcase. So I just slit a line in the suitcase and tuck the tickets in. But then you don't get to see any of the top of the suitcase with how I have the tickets perched out of there. So I decided that I needed to change that, right? So I'm going to cut off the top of the suitcase, and then I'm going to glue it back on. Now I am going to use my ATG, but like I said, that blank space where you didn't see my hands or anything, I'm kind of looking around my room. I'm standing up, I'm looking under things. I'm like, where the heck is that ATG? And I'm still looking around my room right now, and I really have no idea where it got to. I have the pink one, I have the red one tucked off in the back over here. I think the red one needs a little bit of work though, because it hasn't worked correctly in a little while. But I just don't know where the other one is. I just don't know. So maybe after this voiceover is done, while it is uploading to YouTube, I will actually go and see if I can't find it somewhere, because it is bothering me a little bit. Maybe I'll do it as I put away some of these things that I used. So I do go ahead and get that luggage piece put back together, and I do know it is going to go on the right-hand side of my layout. Now, the only thing that you can kind of tell, I actually paused the video right there because someone was at the door, so I had to go get a package. Christopher got a package. I'm always a little disappointed when there's a package and it's not for me. And I know that probably sounds a little bit selfish, but I love mail, you guys. I love getting mail. I love getting packages. It is just a fun time, right? I just love it. I always have. Even as a little kid, I had a pen pal, and it was just super exciting anytime I got a letter, right? I had a couple of pen pals over the years. But anyway, I just have always loved receiving mail. It's just my thing. So I did have a little twinge that it was not for me, but it's okay. It's totally fine. I am trying to figure out how I can kind of beef up this side of the page. There is a big old photo of us, but I want to really kind of give a little bit more decoration over here, right? So I am just going through my travel-y bits, and I am figuring that out and seeing what that looks like to have just a really good amount of product on both sides. So I do have this pink heart, and I'm going to overlap it with this airplane. Now there are different styles of airplanes all over this layout. There's even a prop over here on the left-hand side that I used with that. Oh, what is that stuff? It's rice paper from, I don't remember what it's from. I bought it for the shop. And there's a couple different ones that I bought, like that feather one that I showed at the very beginning because I thought I was going to go with those because of the colors. I bought them for the shop, so they are in the shop. They're really fun. You probably didn't have to just plop this down on a piece of paper like I did, but I like the way it looks. I like the matte print, and I like seeing the stencil print underneath of it. So it completely and totally works for me. And I don't care that I used the whole thing on one layout. The fact of the matter is it's being used, and I love the result. So that's what is important to me, at least. That is what is important to me. So anyway, I am going to use some of the chipboard pieces because I pulled out this 12 by 12 sticker in chipboard cropper hopper that I have my 12 by 12 stuff in, and I decided that the chipboard was too thick, so I go ahead and rip off the layers of the chipboard. What that is going to do is allow me to tuck this bad boy in here. I'm adding a little bit more pink to this right hand side, and then I'm going to take the other part of the ticket that I chopped in half, and I'm going to actually add it to the left hand side because there's not a lot of pink over on this side, and I decided that it needed a little touch of pink over here too. Now, good news, my Nuvo Deluxe is not clogging up today like it was the other day, so I'm counting that as a win. I don't know if it's something I did or what, but it works. As you can see, that is where the kind of page insert is going to go, and it's going to flip back and forth. I decided to pull out some of my older metal embellishments, and I do mean older. And I am going to pull out some metal Christmas trees. Oh, I forgot. First, I'm going to pull out this little clip that says love. Now, I thought about actually tucking it in and clipping it somewhere, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to add adhesive and put it on top of the paper. So it's not a clip. It is just a decoration. And I like it. I'm totally satisfied with it. But then I go in and grab these Christmas tree brads, and the Christmas tree brads are from Making Memories, and they are from Making Memories way back in the day. Do you guys, oh man, I loved Making Memories. I would go to AC Moore, and which is a arts, crafts, and frame store, you know, just like the other big box ones, and they had aisles of scrapbooking, aisles and aisles and aisles of it, and they had one whole aisle down the right hand side and one whole aisle down the left hand side, and it was all Making Memories. And oh my word, I would just go, I would take my coupon weekly faithfully and buy something, because oh man, it was great. They also had the entire aisle of Jolie's stickers. Oh, the memories, the fun times I had in that store. They sold basil paper in like the 4s and the 3s, like the color families. Oh my goodness, what a fantastic scrapbooking shopping experience that was. I loved that. And then, you know, it got smaller, and it just got smaller, and it devastated me because the first time I went in and had my coupon and didn't buy anything, I just felt defeated, right? Like defeat. And back then it was in the heyday and the height of scrapbooking, and you know, that was back before I really had Stash. Really had no idea what Stash was. I thought that you went, bought the stuff you were going to use scrapbook with it, and then, you know, you moved on. But honestly, I'm quite glad I have Stash. Yeah, my whole philosophy changed, but it's fine. But anyway, these Christmas trees are Making Memories brads, and I love them. 100%, I love them. So they are getting placed onto the layout. Now, because this is a brad and they have brad tines that poke through the back of the paper, I do place washi tape over it. It protects the other layouts, right? So it's going to protect the other layout that shares the page protector in it, because there are 2 layouts per page protector, one for the front and one for the back. So I want to protect the other layout. Plus, I don't scrapbook exactly rigidly chronologically anymore, so layouts get moved in and out of page protectors and moved around a lot before they end up in their final spot. And I don't want to damage anything when I'm moving things around either. So put your washi tape on the brad tines on the back of the layout. It'll help you out. I am going to journal. I'm getting some nice words written down with my pen here. I'm just journaling with a straight old black pen. I'm going to add in the date. Now, I actually was hoping that the date was on there because I didn't remember what it was, so I had to go back to the photograph on my phone and put in the date. So I go ahead and do that. And then after the date is done, the layout is finished. Now, you might be thinking, Sandy, you have weird lines from when you pulled your stencil print and I'm okay with it. I love the way that this turned out, you guys. I really do. I just think it's awesome. So anyway, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining me. Follow Sketch February is coming up quickly. The 4-year mark of posting daily content to YouTube is coming up quickly. Everything's just coming up quickly. So I appreciate everything, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.